Continuing now with the Obamacare scandal. Joining us from Los Angeles, Leslie Marshall, and here in the studio, Alan Colmes. Both are liberal thinkers. All right,
That's
Colmes.
not an oxymoron, right?
Hey, man, you said it, not me.
I know what you're thinking.
I'm willing to hear you out, Colmes. You know, maybe you'll raise your game today. Now, you heard Hume.
Alan, that was a really bad way to start the segment.
No, I wanted to get to it before he did. Okay.
All right. You heard Hume.
Yeah.
And I kind of agree that this is just another chip away at the Obama administration. Now their signature legislation, all right, is thought to be deceptive in some quarters. Got to do damage.
It does damage, does political damage. It's not a good thing for the president. It adds to the feeling that the government is deceptive and isn't on our side and isn't doing the right thing. Whether it's true or not is another thing, but it certainly is perception is really perception.
Okay, but here's how you have to attack the problem. And I did say, as you know, some say it isn't true. All right, but why would a guy like Gruber, all right, smart guy, he's been on Factor before, all right, why would he go out and say a falsehood in talking about something that he put together? It doesn't make sense.
I'm not sure he was. I mean, it probably was some deception going on. We're going to package it a certain way.
All right, so you think he has some credibility?
We're not going to call it a tax because it's never going to pass if we do it. Supreme Court, as you pointed out before, did say it's a tax.
Right.
Is what made it illegal so we could proceed.
Right.
But if they called it a tax up front, it would have had a lot of political problems.
Well, here's what's going to happen, Leslie, and this is the first time this has ever been said on national television. The Supreme Court is following this Gruber thing, and now they have to rule on various parts of Obamacare, and now they're going to strike it down because in the back of their mind is, aha, you guys weren't honest, and now we're going to have to correct that wrong. My opinion, but you wait and see. Damage done to the Obama administration, Leslie?
Definitely damage done to the Obama administration. I mean, you know, I'm a Democrat, but we have to be realist and look at the facts. The fact is we got slaughtered in the midterm election. The fact is the president's approval ratings are very low. And the fact is we have a presidential election where we definitely want to gain seats in the House and the Senate and want to keep the seat in the Oval Office. And this is a piece of legislation that Republicans have been very open about wanting to repeal, replace, to tweak, to change. This definitely hurts the president. I think Democrats, honestly, my fellow Democrats are lying to themselves by trying to pretend
if
that
anybody
it doesn't.
thinks it isn't, then they have to look at the new polls. It says only 37% of the country now supports Obamacare. 37%, very low. Now, in the next year, it is widely predicted by economists that your health insurance is going to go up, that your deductibles are going to go up. Mine already have, by the way. My insurance and deductibles have gone up. And that fewer doctors are going to take Obamacare insurance programs. Do you believe that will happen?
It'll go up, but it's not going up to the same extent it went up before the Affordable
But you remember
Care
when
Act.
President Obama said that the Obamacare was going to make it go down? You remember that, right?
He said they'd go down, but
and you just said they're going up.
They are going up, but they're going up less than they went before the Affordable Care Act.
But again, it just makes him it makes him look like a charlatan.
Also, you mentioned the Gallup poll,
yes.
37%. 71% of those who have the Affordable Care Act say they like it.
And why is that?
Because they are getting health coverage that they never had before.
No. Why is that called? Tell the truth.
7 to 8 million people who didn't have health insurance before.
Almost 90% of those who like Obamacare are being subsidized. Means other people are paying for them. You're going to like
subsidized,
it. I said 90%.
But we were subsidizing before the Affordable Care Act. We were paying for those who didn't have.
All right, Leslie. I'm sorry I had to embarrass Colmes like that, but the people who like Obamacare are the ones that are getting it free from you, Leslie, and your doctor husband. Now, I asked you last time whether your husband, the doctor, okay, liked Obamacare and thought it was a good policy, and you said no. Do you remember that, Leslie?
Yes,
are your husband and you, are you still together as a couple?
Yes.
Yeah, you are?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, we are still together.
I felt bad. I said, Jesus, but why doesn't your husband like Obamacare?
Oh, where do I start? Why do you do this to me? My husband's watching right now.
It's fun to embarrass you, Leslie. I mean, come on.
And actually, he's watching in the doctor's
lounge. Just give me that big headline.
Almost every doctor's a Republican.
Why doesn't he like it?
A lot of the doctors don't like when, honestly, a government gets involved with medical decisions. They also don't like when reimbursements, quite frankly, are cut. And my husband doesn't like if he has less time to see patients. And so a lot of physicians feel that they have less control to do. Well, when you have a lot of people on programs like Medicare and you have the general population becoming more of the elderly and senior portion of our population, our bodies break down as we get older.
All right, so
and when you
he's
go
gonna
in to
have
see a
more
physician,
people coming
sometimes there's
in.
more than one thing.
Right.
More people coming in, but for more things and less time to address those things. So it's
All right.
less time to give quality care.
All right,
But
Leslie.
I disagree with him.
Thanks very much, Combs.
Thank
Plenty
you.
more ahead.